Hello again, my name is Peter Dickinson and this is part 3 of a 5-part video tutorial on how we can reduce and overcome anger and improve our relationships with people. I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist, just someone who was born and raised in anger. And I'm speaking about my own experiences and my own personal coping mechanisms. But if you believe you have issues that are beyond the scope of this video, then I strongly recommend you contact your healthcare professional. In this third episode, I'll once more be explaining my own experiences of anger. I hope that by speaking openly about myself, you'll be able to apply the knowledge learned to other aspects of anger that arise in your life. Now, I'm going to speak about a specific example of anger, that of self-sacrifice. Often, it's our personal pride that feeds the anger. Anger from pride is concerned with self-sacrifice. If our relationship with others are associated with what we perceive to be our sacrifice for them, then we're setting ourselves up for anger to come later. This is because the other person is usually unaware of our sacrifice and is therefore unlikely to fulfill our expectations. So, an example of this would be coming home for the day in the life of a typical traditional marriage. And this is also from my personal experience. The wife spends all day in the house doing whatever she wants to do. She's doing laundry, she's cleaning, she's cooking, she's doing those things to make sure everything's running well. Then her husband comes home and all he does is he recounts his trials and tribulations from work. The wife doesn't feel appreciated for her sacrifice during the day. She could have gone out. She could have done anything other than what she did for her husband. The husband, on the other hand, is thinking how he sacrificed himself, dealing with hard customers, putting up with his boss, hitting deadlines, driving through all that traffic. So now both harbour their resentments and frustrations and both display it as acting cool toward the other. This goes on through dinner, and then they sit to watch TV together, and they finally go to bed, and both are still chewing over their resentment at the other's lack of gratitude for what they have done for them. They both want the same thing, recognition, yet they're both blocking it in the other person. When we're motivated by self-sacrifice, we're pressurizing the other person. And even if the other person is forced to recognize your action, it will be begrudgingly. How can we help? Well, the way to offset this anger is to acknowledge and let go of the pride, surrender our desire for the pleasure of self-pity, and instead view our efforts on behalf of others as gifts. We can experience the joy of being generous with others as its own reward. You got that? Don't harbour a grudge because you perceive you've been slighted because you've sacrificed yourself. The other person doesn't realise you've been slighted and your resentment is only hurting you. View your sacrifice as a gift. We can ask ourselves, why do I feel I've made a sacrifice? I wasn't doing anything over and above what's expected of me. Was there something in my younger life that makes me feel this way? Did I do things I thought I should have been recognized for? And often we can trace back to the source where these feelings of anger are coming from. And also, as I've spoken before, remember we can catch ourselves before the angry emotions run away with us. We can take a few seconds to stop and breathe. And I covered that in earlier video tutorials. We're just one breath away from reducing our anger, in that once we've stopped the emotion with our 3-second inhale and 3-second exhale repeated 3 times, we can gain control of ourselves and, in this example, end our pity party. That means stop looking inwards at our small self and switch to our large self that looks outward, the part of us that's capable of giving love, compassion, kindness to others. That will result in better personal relationships and better health. There are 4 other videos in this series, so make sure you get to see them as well. This piece was inspired by David Hawkins in his book Letting Go. I'm Peter Dickinson, born and raised in anger. Not proud of that, but getting better every day. See you next time.